Right, hi everyone. So we're going to do the twin flame trauma release for July 18th, 2025. That is the date, isn't it? Yes. So welcome if you're new. My name's Claire. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine. So since the 1st of July, I've been doing a wee series called Twin Flame Trauma Release. And right before I came to film this, right, I've just had a revelation. And this happens quite a lot where I'm like, oh my God, how did I not, why did I not think that before? Or why did I not intuit before? Basically, I'm only telling you this because it's connected. So if you're here all the time, you'll hear me say fairly often that I'm a womb healer, right? And I'm a womb healer in the sense of there aren't too many people that are able to transmute pain via their womb in that the way that basically it's the only way I can describe it in the way that I do it, right? And it was because it was many years ago now. I went through a very weird spiritual shamanic experience where basically I went through a week of agony. It was like I'd had a hysterectomy and I couldn't walk and everything, and and then basically what it was that was happened was it was because whether you call it very skilled or high, a high pain threshold to do it, or my soul can handle it, my body, whatever you want to call it, I can hold a lot of pain, not only for myself, but for another person in session, but other people, like groups of people. And so anyway, after I went through that experience, I was always able to hold a lot of pain in groups and stuff. I'd had memberships and groups, stuff like that. But after that, it was on a deeper level. And it's any of you that have done group Zooms or been in my membership, and we've done things like that, when it is really sort of deep, intense healing, when it gets quite emotional and that, you can see that I'm able to hold, well, actually, you can see in public. If you watch myself in public, you can see I'm able to hold a lot of very intense energy. But the downside to that is I can quite often go through extreme pain. And how that would manifest is through my time of the month, you know what I mean? So, which isn't, believe me, it isn't funny. But, and the thing is, I think I feel in general, a lot of women could do, you know what I mean? We can hold a lot of pain. So it's a lot of people can maybe resonate with this to a certain extent. But all I know in terms of me, right, is because I chose to call this Twin Flame Trauma Release, and I have been holding the intention to help people release the trauma that they're ready to release. It makes a lot of sense that the last period I just had, right, which was just recent, and again, the reason why I don't usually say, right, is because it's not wise to say, unless it's if it's people you trust, people you trust, whatever. I do. I mean, but when's it ever really that relevant? You know what I mean? But in some circumstances there is, right. But usually I don't say, but I'm saying because, my period isn't regular. It comes at different times. Last time it was late, this time it was really early. So, but I've realised it's because of the intention I was holding for this. So it makes sense that we're a few days away from me stopping this. And when my period arrived, but again, honestly, I'm laughing, but it's no funny. For 2 days I was in utter agony. Rolling about crying in pain, hot water balls weren't helping anything. I managed to get a appointment with my doctor, who's and the receptionist was like, wow, you must be a gold miner, because this is she's not available to speak to one-on-one like that for till late August. So it was, and also because I was in so much pain, it was I was I'm gonna have to just take it. So thank God my mum was able to sort of drop me off and wait on me, because I normally it's not ages away, but it's normally a good sort of 40-minute walk or something. So yeah, anyway, I went, and you know what I mean, but I've just and I'm not going to explain that bit to her. She's very open and everything. I'm not going to explain what's to her, but I've just realised that that's what it is. But I'll be able to tell, like, because if next month it isn't as bad, but I bet you it was that bad. Because it's normally the second day that is like agony. And then, but this was like the first and the second, and then even like the last of it there was, I just basically put it this way, I've been in that much pain, I'm absolutely exhausted, and I just want to do nothing. And today it's tomorrow, it's my sister's birthday, so I'm going to go and like give her a present in a wee bit, and do a minimal amount of socialising, like as in, hi, here's your present, stay for a bit, and then go. And I just want to do nothing all weekend, because I feel, honestly, like I feel drained from the pain that I was in. So, and like, you know what I mean? So, but it's just, again, this will take me 5 minutes to explain that, but I suppose it's that, like, but I'm just sort of explaining, it's really, some of the experiences that I can go through with what I do for people, it's kind of weird, and sometimes I don't click to laughter, but it just completely just totally dawned on me there that that's what it was, that it was worse because of that, because of doing this. So anyway, my point in that is that basically I hope people did feel a shift in their energy. And Cancer season is coming to an end next week, so we'll be in the Leo season by like mid next week. So I don't know about you, but I'm delighted about that. So we need that sun pick me up energy. It's too, Cancer season's too draining for my energy, basically. Right, okay, so what have we got? So what have we got for, because I've explained this before for anyone that's new. It's because the divine feminine energy is the below, it is the womb, like as in the earth, Pachamama. So that's why it's symbolic. A woman can hold so much pain. Again, I don't need to go into all examples of that. I just think of like childbirth and blah blah blah, all these other things. But it's like that's another example of it. That what I mean. It's like, I truly do believe it really is only a woman, a strong woman, a very strong woman, that can hold that amount of trauma and pain for like groups of people, and I'm one of them, basically. But it's not like, oh yeah, I just get off scot free. You know what I mean? Because it's quite, every time I do something like that, it does sort of stress how much I sacrifice to be. But again, it's part of my purpose. But you know what I mean? It's why, like, I might think twice about holding one of them in public again, because it's like, see what I mean? Like, it would be a better exchange if that was a paid event, because I have done events like that before where there were paid Zooms, and it was very emotional. It was people clearing their trauma. That then at least I'm getting exchange for it. But like I said, I'll receive back in a different way. Like, people will book sessions and blah blah blah. But it's quite a big risk to take. In case anyone's interested in all that, it was just funny when it dawned on me. I was like, oh my god. Just nuts. Right. Divine feminine. It'll be weird to see what comes out now. I think I've lost weight from the stress. I've lost weight because I've been carefully trying to release, not lose it, because I don't want to find it. But like, I've been doing. So again, they're getting me to say this because, remember, trauma release, when you do release the trauma, you do actually release the weight as well when you're doing it properly. And that's why you've seen some of the people I've worked with recently have shared that in public. And I'm no different, you know what I mean? But it's because I've been definitely carefully monitoring my hormones, what I eat very meticulously. And by doing a different load of, obviously, exercising, watching my steps, all of that, like, it's quite interesting that the weight is being released exactly where I want it to be. But that's taken like quite a few years now of trying different things, fasting, everything. Because like I said, I fast and pray fairly regularly. It's literally nothing for me to do a 24-hour fast, a 36-hour fast, 40-hour fast. The 3-day fasts are not, I don't do them as much, but I do them too. I just don't tell people, like I said, like I don't usually tell people, I don't tell people when I've got my period. I don't tell people when I'm doing a fast, because I'm praying at the same time, and it's not wise to. But I can say after, kind of thing. But I don't fast for to lose weight. I fast for the health benefits, the mental clarity, the praying and all of that. But it's great when you get the benefit of releasing. See, I have to keep correcting myself, releasing the weight too. And I feel after, quite a few years dedicated to all of that, because I've released enough energetic trauma, the physical weight is being released. So that's important. It's really important for me to stress that. Right, okay, so what have we got for the Divine Feminine? Expectations. When you expect too much, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what's real. Yes. So again, make sure that your expectations on yourself and others are realistic. Whatever that means to you. Masculine, and that's also the masculine feminine side. We have indecision. Oh, I just saw that and then it came out. You're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. So make sure that you're not staying in a perpetual cycle of indecision, being too busy, because that's on the back too. You're being busy as an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. And I mean, there's no must in it. If you don't want to, you don't do it. But look what they're pulling me. This is what happened the last time. Indecision on that one too. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life, but you've got to properly assess. Is it true that you're busy and you don't want to be with someone? Or is it, fear? You're running away from having intimacy, as an intimacy on all levels, because people can be intimate in that way with people and not, heart chakra just jumped out when I was saying that. You know what I mean? You've got to be honest with yourself, you know what I mean? So whoever that speaks to, male, female, divine feminine, divine masculine. Right, divine feminine. Choose wisely. Yeah, so look, that came out for the masculine the last time, and now it's coming out the feminine. So it's which way are you going to go? Choose wisely. They're both heart chakra energies there too. This I feel has got to do with, where Mercury is now retrograde in Leo. So again, for those of you that don't know about Mercury retrograde, where you been kind of thing, but a quick recap, it's all the rest, recharge. So again, that's what's taken me out of it too, because the switch of Mercury retrograde can, make you feel a bit exhausted. But with what I've went through as well, it's like, wow, I cannot stress to you how happy I am that it's Friday. Yeah, so, but basically, I feel this could be the confusion illusion being a bit all over the place for Mercury retrograde. So just have patience with yourself and speak your truth where you're guided to. Believe me, people will be doing that in a Mercury retrograde and Leo that aim backwards about coming forwards. So divine masculine, you've got heart chakra and solar plexus, and it's quite funny because look, that's two decks together, and that was my intention for using that deck because my chakra one that's here, I don't know where they all are, except let's just shuffle them and see whatever comes out, what is there. I don't know where the rest of the deck is. I'll probably find it after. But so there's a big emphasis on the throat chakra for divine feminine, speaking your truth, and the heart and the solar plexus. The masculine's getting their power back to speak from the heart. Or you feel blocked at the throat chakra and you feel blocked at the heart and the solar plexus. So we've got the shaman card again. Wow, I'm just honestly. What's so funny is what I've just chatted about at the start. People will be like, what the fuck, Aries moon, TMI, you know what I mean? People won't get it, but some people will. And it's the fact that that's the shaman card. And I've just spoke about womanly stuff as a shaman, and particularly the kind of shaman I am with what I'm able to do. And just the drawback, the negative, there's the pros and the cons. Like, you know what I mean? It's people, it's the downside for me. But like I said, it's kind of like, it's the work that I'm here to do. You know what I mean? Like it is, because the point is I go through a painful period anyway. It's just, it was extra painful because when you're holding intention and releasing trauma for a group, that's the way that I'm going to transmute it. So Honestly, it's so hard to describe. Anyway, but that's why that's come out. So that's a crown chakra card. So again, but I really do just feel that it's like backing up what I was just saying. That's so funny. But yeah, basically I feel you're getting all the downloads. So it's like, actually, that's why they're getting me to say that. Everybody's calling's unique, and it's why you can't judge people's. Like, even other shamans won't get what I've just spoke about. You know, you'll get it to a certain extent, but you couldn't get it as fully as me going through it, kind of thing. It's I mean, most women, I feel, will get a little bit what I'm saying. You'll be able to at least understand it. But your calling isn't a conference call, you know what I mean? And like, I just know that a big part of my work is what I've said. It's to do with being a shaman that's able to release trauma for other people, for groups of people. But like I said, I think the next time I do a sort of group release like that, I'm going to make it more focused in, homed in, and maybe be a bit of a course and get people that are ready to do it, rather than it just being like one of the videos. But anyway, you can let me know if this helped you though. Let me know in private, and then I'll prepare myself for fucking next year anyway. And I might do it again, because that's what I mean. It's like, I have got a high pain threshold, but when I say to you that was brutal, like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, my mum and my basically my mum and my dad were quite worried about me with how much pain I was in. Right, okay, so masculine confusion. So wow, we've both got crown chakra, because remember, these are the crown chakra cards. We've both got cards of the crown chakra, but I feel with everything I've just spoken about too, I feel this is the group of feminines that you are clearing your throat chakra, you're being decisive, and it's pulling people out, the masculine group, out of indecision and confusion. It's breaking a spell. Wow, I like that. A bit random, but I do like it. I feel like I want to shuffle the shamanic cards, actually, with all that being said. So what else do we need to know about this? Oh, do you know what? I think it's... No, I'm sure I will. I'm just like, I've not filmed any videos in advance. I'll film these. So it's like, I'm going to film the Saturday, Sunday one, either right after this or later on tonight. Yes, I probably will just get this one in too. But yeah, if there's not like as many videos as I usually do, you know why. It's not because I'm still in pain. It's just I'm honestly trying to get my energy back from that bullshit. Right, okay. Right. The owl. So be discerning. Again, Mercury Retrograde, 39 on the card again. Be discerning. This is the card about the owl shows you what you need to see, not what you wanted to see. And paired with the shaman, that is so my energy. It's crazy. So yous might be resonating with being somebody that does similar, like showing other people the truth kind of thing, whatever way you want to put it. But this card speaks about, the owl shows you the owl's the friend that shows you what you need to see, not what you wanted to see. And that is what a lot of shamans do. You know what I mean? Show you what you need to see, not what you wanted to see. So that use your discernment. That feels like it's got to do with the Mercury retrograde. Masculine. The council. So again, the high council, team of light, I feel, are guiding you through the confusion. We've got an 11 there. So the 11th of August could be significant. That's the next one, or November. Blade, right. So that is about cutting. So we've got the 6th of November there as well, or the 11th of June. This is about cutting people out. So I feel the only way you're going to get your power back, the only way you're going to unblock your heart chakra and get your power back and unblock your solar plexus, if you resonate with this being a block, because remember, it was about trauma release, so I'm doing it as your block, is by cutting the energies out that are causing the confusion and listening to your own team, your own spirit peeps, your own guides, whatever you want to call yours. Again, and I feel it could have something to do with your inner child. So that looks like manipulation, cutting out the people that have manipulated you to confuse you. And again, this is so interesting, but like when I basically, after doing the lives last night, Because again, that's what's quite funny, right? You might be thinking, fucking hell, Claire, how were you able to sit and do 2 live streams that were a couple hours if you just went through that much pain? The point is because see, when your period actually arrives and you're into your cycle, you have got loads of energy. If I know a lot of women watching you will know that, although some of you might not, because until I geeked up on that, I didn't know any of this, but I really kind of obsessively follow my cycle now. And I have done for years. But the point is, you actually have people get all fucked up. It's not that it's not no one person is the same, but it's meant to be that basically it's right before your period that you don't have a lot of energy, and the general stereotype, you could be more moody, emotional, blah blah blah, all that shit. But it's when it actually arrives that it's like you've got loads of energy. So you've actually got loads of energy. So that, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm able to do that. But it was just like I said, I'm just explaining now that I got the energy to do those live streams. Now it's like I'm having to recharge from not from the live streams, from what I'd went through prior to that. Because actually, like I said, that was just last night. I've up early, I'm taking my time and stuff. But yeah, but it's kind of like it's reminding me. Basically, what I'm saying is, I watched Love Island after I'd finished, and I wrote in the post quite passionately. And it's quite funny, like people before I came off Facebook, if people knew me personally, like that's the kind of what I mean. I would do that there too. I've always got like that when I watch like reality programs and that. I'd, like what I mean. And I thought, nah, fuck it, I'm posting it because it has got a lot to do with the stuff I teach people about. And basically, all I was saying was, it's fucking disgusting. Like the behaviour on that program. This is the when I've watched the after show that I think they only do on a Sunday, and they talk about, oh, this is the best series ever and that. I'm like, what are people judging that on? Is it the drama? Because I think it's the worst one I've ever seen. It's disgust. It's actually horrifying me. Like, what is acceptable? Along with seeing that fucking blonde bird that's banging about 1,000 guys in a day, whatever the hell she's doing now, that is a demon. Like, that is a sheer demon, succubus, incubus, Jezebel. Like, and it's interesting because when I'm seeing the clips of when someone's interviewing her, other people are saying the same in the clip. It was like, because I was thinking it and I was like, oh my god, actual like everyday people are commenting and saying the same thing. Like, she's a demon. You can't even see, there's no energy in her eyes. And as a professional shaman that's got the ability to see fit, like that, they're not. That's the truth. And the thing is, like, if you're not looking with your third eye, that girl's attractive. Like, you couldn't say she's ugly. Like, to be honest, you know what I mean? She's just like she to me. It just depends what you find attractive. She looks like a stereotypical kind of blonde bird. You know what I mean? So, but she's a good looking girl, but she's not too. She's it's. I'm getting lost for words. My jaw was hitting the deck when I was watching what she was saying. I'm not even going to repeat something. It's fucking disgusting. So anyway, we're not going to give people like that. And that's not normal. That's not normal. Please God, that's not normal. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's worrying because some people are that thick out there that they can think that that's normal. You know what I mean? And like, it's no big deal. But anyway, I pray for whatever the fucking hell has got into her. But anyway, moving on. But the point is, so Love Island isn't quite that bad, but it's not far behind it with the things they do in it. Because when I was saying on the live stream, oh, this guy's dumped the girl he just slept with, and then the very next night he's picking somebody else, and then I was like, he'll probably be changing his mind again, and I was only joking. And when I watched the episode right after I finished, he literally did change his mind again. Like, talk about Mercury Retrograde. So but it is the perfect example of what happens in a Mercury Retrograde. So who knows what one it is he really liked. But again, I'm not being funny. That guy has got to have like some sort of duality moon going on. He's got a Libra moon, a Gemini moon, I don't know, something. But all I know is he's a Scorpio, so he's not giving the Scorpios very good, you know what I mean, rep. But it's and the other one that's hurting everyone is also a Scorpio. But that's self-sabotage, you know what I mean? So like I said, Scorpio's my favourite sign. It's great for transmuting energy. It's if you use your sexual energy in the correct way, it is very powerful. Actually, shit, because look, I've spoken about it here. I've got a load of Scorpio. That's how I'm good at doing that. I can transmute in a very powerful way when my Pluto 0 degrees in Scorpio. But thank God I chose that path, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, but yeah. Why was I saying that? Yeah, because there was something. Oh yeah, that was it. It was because when I've said as well, and again, I know there'll be loads of other people that saw it, but I knew that when the guy's ex-girlfriend got put in, I thought her whole plan is to get him back, but she came in saying, she just came in basically bad mouthing him, and she when she got to speak with him on her own, I knew, because I'm good at seeing through people like that, like she's very prim and proper, she speaks very proper, and I think she's got a big, I don't know, she's got a big fancy job. I don't even know what her job is, but it was something quite complex, you know what I mean? But I could see she's masking behind, I could see what she really is. And I thought, I think I did get the feeling she was a bit, anyway, I can't think of what word to say right now, but you know what I mean? Like, she wasn't fooling me, because I could tell as well when the guy said, why are you being like that, you freak? And I thought, I think she probably, you know what I mean? He shouldn't have said that, because you shouldn't be airing somebody's dirty laundry on the telly, but at the end of the day, they are on the telly. So, but she is kind of, from what he was insinuating, she is kind of looking like she's like that, because she was basically trying to seduce him to the sneaky room, where you get to go if you're not with somebody's officially. She was trying to basically lure him away to have a bit of fun. And I think the fact that that guy looks like he would hump a tree and he's knocked her back, embarrassing. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it was making me feel all types uncomfortable. Like, and if that isn't a massive warning sign for guys out there, especially, to look out for shit like that, because that's scary. That she, although I could see through her, she was doing a good act. Like, lots of other people couldn't see through her, because she was claiming she didn't want him, and she was just coming in to I don't know what, warn other people and stuff. It didn't make any sense. I was like, of course she wants him, but it's more like a control and manipulation thing. Like, she feels that she can get him back by like seducing him and manipulating him. And it's really annoying me, because I've said before, like, I'm not too passionate about either, to any of them, to be honest, right? Usually I do really, really love some of at least one couple or people on their own, and I can't really say that about this year. I'm not that fussed about any of them, to be honest. Some of them are, they're quite funny watching that. But the point is like, back, the Harry that's got with the Helena kind of thing, like, I actually think, I don't know now. I'm like, do you mean basically I was rooting for them to be together? That's the point. And I don't think it's fair that the ex-girlfriend keeps saying everyone thinks you're a joke, blah, blah, blah. Because it's like, yeah, there will be some people that think that, because he's just a joke, full stop, the way that he's treating women. But actually, how does she know? Like, she might be, they do seem to get on quite well, you know what I mean? So I can see what people are saying. It does look like they're kind of just joking about, and there's no depth there. But actually, that can just sometimes be a mask. Like, I think there are feelings on the girl's part, and I think he's just very confused and needs more healing. And that's basically the point. They're getting me going about this, because that ex-girlfriend is just, that looked highly manipulative. Like, to be coming in and being abusive to him, and basically giving unsolicited advice when he didn't ask for it, and making out she doesn't want him, and then doing a complete U-turn, and then, sneaky whisper in his ear, do you want to go to the hideaway? And basically she's planting the seed in his mind that all the public think that it's a joke, the one he's with. And it's just, that's, you know what I mean? It's not even, so it's just very, very manipulative. And the thing is, I unfortunately think that guy is that, he's really intelligent, but he seems very vulnerable, which is interesting, because he seems to think he isn't. Like, he thinks he's playing other people, but I don't see it like that. I see it like, it's like, he's just, he's definitely been manipulated by her. But I don't know, I was quite glad to see that he didn't fall for it, but there's time yet. But anyway, I think it's just, we're going to see a lot of in Love Island, it's going to be interesting. In this Mercury retrograde, there's going to be people that are going to fuck up big time, and it's interesting because there's only a couple of weeks left. But it's going to. The thing is, I'm sure this happens every year. I'm sure it happened last year. The actual final is going to be during Mercury retrograde, so it means that whoever actually even wins, it's quite possible whoever that is won't stay together. So that'll be interesting. But anyway, I'll stop talking about that. But it did come into my mind. The beauty way. So I think there's something about seeing your own beauty, whether you're male or female, when you can see yourself as worthy, you attract other people that see yourself as worthy. And it can be quite a shock, everything that changes up because of that. And they're pulling my eyes down a card on the floor that says stuck in the mud. So, yeah, Pachamama, look what I was talking about. The witness, the sun, the sacrifice. Oh my God, that was everything I was talking about. The earth keeper, the seer, the lower world. That's everything I was speaking about. I hold pain. I go down the lower world to pull. I sacrifice my own energy. And again, I'm not saying it as like, oh, a martyr. I'm just saying it's like it literally is part of my purpose, right? But I'm not doing it in the way of not. This is to stress, because when you do it and you're like, oh, I have to sacrifice this. It's like, I don't have to, but it's part of my purpose and my calling. And whenever I attract people, I do most of the time attract people that it's heavy trauma that they're needing cleared, right? Unless it's people that have been on my radar a while, we've done that years ago, and now I'm helping you with more other parts of your, where it be, like I'm a seer that helps people ultimately find their joy by transmuting that pain to find your self-worth. I'm a grid keeper of the earth, and, witness to hold space for people through their confusing times when they're cutting off energies they need to cut off. I feel like I want to read that blade card, actually. I know what they're saying. So the owl, oh my God, I just opened up the owl. I better read that too. Do not shoot the messenger. Be grateful for the friend who shows you what you have not wanted to see until now. Observe all the facets of the diamond without judgment. Remember that the facets you dislike are often mirrors of the parts you do not want to recognise. Do not be afraid of the truth, as it will become your compass. So I feel that's what I mean. I think that's why they got me blather on about Love Island. It's because it's about manipulation, and that if you're watching it, you'll be able to see it. If you're not watching it, I've explained why. But that's what I'm seeing here too. There's been manipulation of someone from a child, and it's confused them. And then you either the same people do it now, or you attract other people, Jezebel spirits, or succubus, or just toxic women, men that will do the same. Right, the blade. Didn't mean to make this that long, but whatever. Right, so 14. So it's time to put down the sword and place it back. Oh no, I didn't. That's the reverse bit. I'm going to read it though, because I started reading it. So this is it in reverse, but I didn't pull it reverse. Somebody needs to hear it though. It's time to put down your sword and place it back in its scabbard. Do not offer the blade in service to toxic emotions. You'll be faced with an even more disagreeable future with the people or situations you're attempted to banish. So I think that's about be careful, it's Mercury retrograde, basically. Put the blade to rest until your inner fire has mellowed. Yeah, especially because it's in Leo, fire. Then use your blade with impeccable intention to cut the energetic cords that are tying you to drama at hand. Leo's drama. Set yourself free. Wow. See how meant to be that was that I read it. That's why I trust myself. And I don't do anything like other people do it. I didn't pull the card reverse, but I started reading the reverse meaning. I was meant to for a reason, even if it's for one person. Right, this is the upright. You're invited to draw your blade and use it. It is not auspicious to hesitate, waste time on idle talk, or to hide from the inevitable. Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power. Solar plexus. So take decisive action. The block is indecision. It's all making sense if it's yours. Overcome your fear of hurting others. Unsheath the blade and use it wisely. Yeah, so powerful. Right, I'm going to leave this one here so I can film Saturday, Sunday. Have a lovely weekend, but I'll be filming the weekends ones anyway. But yeah, have a lovely weekend, and yeah, see you later. Book a session if you need one. I'm usually available Tuesday to Friday.